Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. No one in the studio with me today because literally I'm not even 24 hours back after a 2-week jaunt through the UK. Started in London, went to Norway, Bergen, Belgium, Amsterdam. Yeah, I got my brownie. And then ended up in Iceland, of all places. I spent the 4th of July in Iceland representing the USA. You may have seen.
God help us.
Yeah, you may have seen the international incident it sparked, but I still got back in the country despite the character witnesses of Jerry the Diver Guy, Barry the Bugger, and Cog Johnson.
So what's up, Typhoid Mary?
Yeah. What
Rocket Man.
Yeah.
What are they rambling about there, CJ? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Can you guys hear me? I can't hear myself.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you. We hear you. We hear you.
He's so used to being at the control headquarters.
Well, it's true. I figured I better put myself in quarantine after being out of the country for 2 weeks. It might just be too much even for Cock Johnson to witness in the studio. So I said I barred him from the premises and just said, I got a little sniffle. Yeah, you don't want to be exposed to that. And so just let's have everybody connected via remote today. And that way, when I tell all of you to suck it, losers, where I've been and had the time of a lifetime, you're outside of range of being able to smack me upside the head and retribution. So there you go. I mean, you can take that as a compliment, CJ. I don't know. Could you?
I'm not really that jealous, to be honest with you.
What? You're not?
Not really that jealous.
I think you're jelly. Don't lie to me. How could you not be jelly?
Plan backfired.
How could you not be jealous?
I did
Rocket
see
Man?
that you had fun participating in a pride parade. So
No, there was no pride parade.
I think you missed that by a couple of days, though. That's supposed to be for June, isn't it?
No, there was no parade.
Pride Day.
I
every
clearly
day for
have
him.
evidence.
No, there was Rainbow Road and
Yeah, you were all
Levesque.
posing with it, and sending all these pictures. And
No, it's like the Yellow Brick Road. It has nothing to do with any kind
it
of
wasn't
pride
just
thing.
yellow; it was full rainbow.
It was it was a Rainbow Road. And,
Sure.
I said, "Hey boys, check this out." I think that's what I said.
No,
Sure.
Anyway,
I thought I'd seen you was in your happy place.
yeah.
okay,
happy.
yeah, you guys go have fun at my expense.
Hey, you sent it, man.
Hey, I just know you were all
He
very
thought
jelly.
he was being a funny boy.
I had fish and chips, and here's the thing. Here's a good thing. I did a little research before, heading to Norway and Iceland, and one of the things that they have to do, well, let's say for instance, like when you go to the Bahamas, you eat the pistol of the conch, right?
No.
Yes, you did. You did. You put that noodle in your mouth and you slipped it right down there, Cobb Johnson.
Only because I didn't know any better.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Well, that's
It
what they
was
do to all the
disgusting.
tourists. It is the sexual
But you
organ
did.
of the conch, and the Bahamians claim it's like Bahamian Viagra, and use it accordingly. And then when you go there, you can have the option to eat the pistol of the conch and see if it benefits you.
Yeah, if you need that, God bless you.
Yeah. But in Norway, no, this is Iceland, their thing is fermented shark. Okay? And anything with the word fermented in it doesn't sound appealing to me. I mean, I don't like the idea of eating shark either, because we like sharks as scuba divers,
Very
right?
disappointed in you, Greg.
No, you will be very actually happy with me in this regard because, typically something like that, I'm always kind of like, I'll try it or I'll find some,
some sucker to do it for you.
Yes. Like, hey, Barry's my food taster. Before I'll eat anything.
Barry wasn't with you.
I know.
That's right.
Do it.
So we're in.
What's the real story, Greg?
Well, so I'm in line for the restroom on one of these tours up to see a waterfall in Iceland, and
so you ate something else fermented.
And so I get in line.
You ate in a restroom? That's disgusting.
No. We did this tour. We walked up this mountain, saw this magnificent.
That's where they ferment the shark?
Will you listen?
In a bathtub.
My God, you guys are like talking, like, come on.
Shut up, Barry.
So, we come down from the waterfall and there's some, water closets as they call them there in Iceland. They don't call them restrooms or toilets or water closets. And so we're in line and there's this lady in the line too. And she has a little, like a Tupperware container of something. She goes, you want? You like? Oh, one?
No.
It's like broken English. Like, and we're like, I don't know what you mean. He says, no, you want? It's disgusting. It's fermented shark. They gave us this and I don't want it. And would you like it? Well, I'm like, you're not really selling it, And so I'm watching her and I wasn't quite sure what she was, asking us to do. I mean, after I realized what she was doing, she was trying to pawn it off on us and we didn't take it. Because I don't take food from strangers. I let Barry do that. And then if he lives, then I'll consider it.
Thank you.
Barry wasn't with me. So
yeah.
I see she goes in the restroom, throws it in the garbage, and walks out. So she was just in line.
You were in the girls' line?
No, actually, a lot of them are unisex there. A lot of the water closets in Iceland. So anyway, she went in.
Unisex now?
Will you listen?
Okay.
Don't make me play it again, Barry.
Okay.
All right. So she goes and she literally didn't even use the restroom. She just opened the door, threw it in the garbage, and walked out.
How do you know?
We saw her. It was a little, one single bathroom type of thing, and I was like, oh boy. Okay. Well, there, I felt I had the entire fermented shark experience, and why that kind of warmed my heart. I'm like, gosh, if she doesn't like it, and the way she sold it, I'm not going to eat it. Hopefully we can, curtail the effort of them doing more of this and to just keep that to the locals, I guess, in Iceland, in the fermented shark thing.
Feed that to the orcas.
I don't know. I mean,
They're
it was
the
pretty
only ones that
funky.
like that.
It was funky. You could just see it on her face.
You definitely would have got sick off of that.
I don't know about that.
You would have been hurling right into the waterfall.
It was just so funny watching her face.
International incident. They would have kicked you right out of the country.
I mean, she spoke broken English, but her facial expressions explained everything you could want to get across and more. It was just like, ah!
So you won't eat grouper, but you would consider shark.
No, I didn't want to eat that either. But if someone said, okay, here's our local delicacy, fermented shark, try a piece of this, and this is how, the Icelandic Vikings eat, here. And I might be tempted to, have a taste.
Vikings?
Vikings, yeah.
Vikings. The Vikings.
There's a G in there, Greg.
You heard me. You
Viking.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I was dubbed the Viking. Of the day.
Wait.
No, that's enough out of you. I'll explain next because I'm kind of a big deal now in Iceland, and you're going to hear why on the world's first radio show devoted to diving next.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula, You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no, Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, my name is Iggy, and I am freedom-loving travel tourist entertainer or tour guide, yes. We are in Norway. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Now here is someone I consider a true Norwegian Viking. Greg, the Dive Master.
Ooh, nice. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg, the Dive Master, a.k.a. the Viking. From the east? No, from the west. Viking from the west. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Good times.
If you were a true Viking, you would have tried that fermented shark.
I have questions.
Casey Tobacco Nut actually has a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you eat puffin?
No, did not eat any puffin either.
Did you eat Greenland shark?
Actually, no Greenland shark, but I did have a whale steak. You heard me right? A whale steak.
Did you chase that down with Black Death?
Nope. None of that nonsense.
You big
was necessary.
sissy.
No, no.
Baby.
Oh, no,
What a
hey.
baby.
What about a whale steak? What do you think
Hey,
of that?
I ate the puffin, I ate the shark, and I drank the Black Death.
Okay, well, I'll tell you how the whale steak tasted. You tell me how the fermented shark tasted that I wouldn't
Fair
try,
enough.
even though I
Yeah.
was offered. Yeah? And?
Yeah.
How did it taste?
Oh, well, the shark tasted like you had a mouthful of ammonia and Captain Crunch.
A mouth of ammonia and Captain Crunch. So it was
Yes.
a crunchy fermented
No, it
shark.
wasn't crunchy. It just had that funky, I don't know, Captain Crunch taste at the end.
Okay.
But that was after you got over the ammonia.
Yeah.
The piece of shark itself just felt like you'd bitten into this huge gelatinous piece of meat.
Gelatinous piece of goo.
Yes.
Yep, there it is.
And then you immediately washed it down what they call the Black Death, which is the closest
just to put
thing
you
I could put
out
it
of your
to is
misery. Is that what?
yeah,
it is?
the closest thing I put to would be vodka with licorice.
Okay. Here, Casey, hold the microphone away from your mouth a little bit. You're too loud.
Okay.
My head hurts. I've been
Yeah,
traveling.
well,
That's
yeah.
better. That's better. But yeah, so the Black Death. Yeah, I didn't hear anyone talk about the Black Death.
You have to wash down the shark with the Black Death.
That fermented shark. We had the,
it's the only thing to get the taste out of your mouth.
Well, okay, they did have a whale steak, and one of the people that I knew ordered one, and he's like, "You gonna get it?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to eat a whale. I like whales. I like them. They're fun to see as scuba divers. I can't eat a whale. Just dry piece. Oh, okay." So I tried it, and it was just a small little black piece of meat. And he gave me a little nibble of it, and I chewed on it. I was like, texture of steak, tastes like fish. Disgusting.
Did you blubber when you ate that?
You laughed at that? Are you kidding me?
That made my head hurt.
Yeah. So, it wasn't very good. I mean, he thought it was all right, but it was a weird
amazing.
taste.
It was amazing to me that these people lived off that for centuries.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all you got.
And Puffin
Maybe
looks like some sort of stunted quail and tastes a lot like liver.
Really?
It doesn't taste like
you're
chicken
selling
at all?
it.
No, it was terrible. You didn't go to that red hot dog hut in the center of town, did you?
Yeah, actually, I saw it. We walked by it. We sure
You
did.
didn't eat one?
No. It's a hot dog. Yeah,
That sucked too. No, it was like some Icelandic hot dog.
Okay.
Terrible.
All right. The Iceland Tourism Division is loving our show right now.
No, we were at Torpa's house, which was out in the boonies, like covered with sod and everything else. The food was amazing. The lamb and the
lamb
food
was
out
good.
there.
I will
lamb
say
was
the lamb
excellent.
was pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, so carry on.
All
Just
right.
had to check.
All right. Well, fermented shark, no.
Glad you're back.
Whale steak, no. I mean, so like I said, you look at the good side of this is that these foods that I'd prefer people didn't really eat anyway is from a diving perspective. Like we love whales, we love sharks. They suck as far as when it comes to eating them. So unless you're really starving, for Christ's sakes, let them be.
The
Let 'em
shark,
swim.
it's a Greenland shark. It's a deep water shark. But the only way to make it edible
Is to ferment it?
hang the shark under the beach houses for like a year.
And let it rot.
That's just to let the ammonia release from the meat. It's there.
Okay. Well, like I said, when you describe it like that, there may be hope for these animals after all. You got to go through so much trouble, and then even when you do, they still taste like ass.
Was there any good food?
Oh yeah,
yeah. There was some great steak. The lamb was amazing.
Yeah. Okay, I can't believe you guys haven't talked about the diving yet. You haven't even asked me.
Diving is how cold's the water?
They said the water was going to be in like the 30s. But and we did go to the continental shelves where there are people that do the snorkel through the continental shelves and the clear water and the scuba dive and the whole thing. But lo and behold, and I did talk to some other people in our group, like, hey, if we're in the area, should we do that snorkel? And they're like, hey, we're down. I'm like, okay. But guess what? We got down there and we weren't by that spot where they offer that. So I did not have the opportunity. It wasn't that I didn't go or want to. I just didn't have the availability in our schedule and the tours that were booked to actually take advantage of that option. I was prepared to do it. I was going to do it. I was committed. And as far as I'm concerned, that's enough. And it should be for you too.
I actually talked to those guys.
Yes. Keep your microphone down, Casey. You're driving me crazy.
The group had just gotten out of the water.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, is it worthwhile? And the guy looked at me, he goes, if you don't mind not feeling your face, it's great.
Well, who needs that?
And I just decided, no, I didn't particularly. Plus, it was pouring down rain when we were there, and it was cold and nasty anyway. So I was like,
right.
And you don't dive it. It's just, you're like snorkeling down through this canyon on the surface in the wet, dry suit.
Yeah.
So
And if you can't feel your face, I
passed.
mean, look, Casey's like, well, I don't use it anyway.
I like my face.
Well, you may, but we don't. And it's a radio show. We don't need it. So,
Yeah. So,
Hey, if you can't feel your face, that's just called Tuesday night.
right. Exactly. That's just a good time for sure. In Iceland, Norway, or anywhere else on the planet. All right, more coming up. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Prepare to rig for dive.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Come on for the magical scuba dive tour. Right this way. Come on. What the hell is that? Come on to the magic dive tour. Come on.
Could you, shut up?
Come on to the magic dive tour.
I don't want to hear you.
This is your invitation. Come on to the magic dive tour.
What's wrong with you?
Come on. Might see a levitation. Come on to the magic dive tour.
What are you, an idiot?
Our magical scuba dive tour is waiting to take you to play. The unique scuba radio way. Dive in today.
That's awful. That's awful. So let's clear the air of that.
Okay, we will try. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, a.k.a. the Viking, as dubbed by Izzy, our tour guide in Iceland. And, I spent 2 weeks traveling from London, Norway, Belgium. I mean, I hit a whole bunch of places. There's a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. But I'm not even going to be able to catch my breath before we're traveling to the next Scuba Radio magical scuba dive tour. Jerry the Diver Guy's birthday on top of that. So it's August 3rd through the 10th. And I don't know what the latest is, if there's any spots left, but if there might be, or it could be a last minute cancellation or something. 1-800-322-3577. But Jerry will be there. Megan Heaney-Greer, world freediving champion from back in the day.
I'd go
and
to
of
see
course,
Megan.
Okay, Casey would, but we have
Not Jerry.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because Casey's been banned anyway. So there's that whole statute of limitations thing that has to expire first.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Yeah. We can't talk about that. Yeah.
Can't talk about it.
But the scuba magician Chef Anton is going to be on the boat with us. Turning everybody into frogs or making them disappear, and actually sharing a few tricks of the trade and allowing you to become a scuba magician yourself. So that's going to be a little bonus that we're going to have on the trip that week. You're going to get an official scuba magician certification.
They have 9 spaces left, Greg.
Okay. Well, according to the website and Jerry the Diver Guy. So book it. And I'll tell you what, the diving right now is perfect. It is so good. I mean, all this hurricane news, we got to talk about Hurricane Beryl. You see the news coverage, and you're like, oh my gosh, the tropics are a mess, blah, blah, blah. Nope, that's not necessarily the case at all. I mean, of course, the folks in the path of the hurricane got whacked pretty good. But, outside of those areas, the diving's great. And just to give you an example, I was kind of out of pocket quite a bit on my travels, but I was getting reports on Hurricane Beryl, especially down there by Grenada. And our friends down there at Aquanauts Grenada in particular, and the folks on the island of Carriacou. Now, Carriacou is a sister island of Grenada, and I was quite concerned when I was hearing the initial reports about Hurricane Beryl, because I was like, oh, man, Aquanauts. We've been there several times. We've been over to Carriacou. The Carriacou's much more, out island experience kind of thing, whereas Grenada's a little bit more established and, more infrastructure and that kind of thing. And I was very concerned about them. Now it ends up a True Blue Bay Resort there in Aquanauts Grenada. They really didn't have any real serious damage at all on the main island of Grenada. However, Carriacou got whacked hard. I mean, the eye of the storm of Hurricane Beryl went right over Carriacou. Now, that said, they're going to have some serious rebuilding issues. But to be just from what I remember, there wasn't a lot there on the island. I mean, it's kind of an out island type of experience. So, not to credit the damage that the people there that on the island have encountered. I mean, it wasn't like there was like massive hotels and things like that. They're all little boutique places and things like that from what I remember. And they got some serious rebuilding to do on the island of Carriacou, and our hearts go out to all the people and the businesses there that are going to have to do just that. But I have no question or no doubt that they'll be fine. And once again, the folks on Grenada and the dive operators on Grenada are a pretty close-knit group, and I know for a fact they're already trying to help out every way they can to their dive partners on Carriacou. And Grenada's the main hub, so you would go into Grenada first before you went to Carriacou anyway to go dive what they have over there. So the best thing you can do in a situation like that is support those operators in the area. Okay. You see the news reports and think that, okay, Grenada's, I wanted to go there. I guess I can't go there. No, go. They're totally open right now. They're probably already doing dives. And it hadn't even been a week. They just had a little bit of cleanup to do, from what I understand, as of doing the show today. So, we're going to get more reports. I mean, the storm went through the Cayman Islands area. But, you got to understand, all these places, when these storms hit, of course, there's some damage, and some of it's devastating, that kind of thing. But and I haven't really heard what's going on in the Caymans. But my guess is, they've been through this kind of stuff before, and what happens every time they go through a storm, they rebuild back stronger, and the next storm doesn't affect them quite as badly, right? That doesn't, discount the damage that these storms do. I mean, they're serious business, don't get me wrong, but they're also very limited in scope generally. And the problem with the media and what we see on the news is that they paint a brush across the entire Caribbean and everybody cancels trips. And that is the worst thing that could happen for the entire area. And it just torpedoes the economy for everything. for everybody in the area, even the ones that weren't affected at all by the storm. I mean, the areas that really get whacked are very limited in general. And think of it this way. It's like a tornado. I mean, it's a little bit more than a tornado. It can be a large swath of area that is affected by a hurricane. But the big difference is the actual damage it does is not nearly as bad as the sensationalistic coverage we see on the media. And once again, that hurts everybody in that area, and they survive on tourism. So, as a dive consumer, what you need to do is do your research. If you've had a trip booked to one of these areas that were hit by the hurricane or in the path of the hurricane, all you got to do is reach out to them, do a little research online. You can find out pretty quick if your resort is going to be okay, or you need to adjust some plans. Have your travel insurance. That's how you get around it. And I'm telling you what, when there's not a storm, and right now, I mean, the tropics are quiet after Hurricane Beryl went through. There's nothing there. And I can guarantee you there's some world-class diving going on in the Caribbean right now, where outside of the cone of Beryl, even in the cone for that matter, since it's passed through. And a lot of people just avoid hurricane season altogether, and that's the best time of year to dive. You have much better weather, crystal clear water because the winds have died down. I mean, it's just one of those things you got to kind of take into account. And once again, it helps, our friends in the Caribbean that have to deal with this every now and then. So there you go. I'll get off my soapbox, get back on track next to more silliness on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I normally don't have a burger, a brat, and a steak, but it is 4th of July. And I need the energy if I'm going to start blowing crap up. And that's what the founding fathers would want.
Love the 4th of July, love the 4th of July. I do it up big on the 4th of July.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. It is 4th of July weekend, by the way. I almost forgot after all the traveling I've been doing the last couple weeks. I'm kind of upside down. And we got a big holiday weekend going on. I literally spent the 4th of July in Iceland representing the USA. You're welcome, America.
What good did that do?
I mean, they were just impressed
Raider.
by. I mean, they called me they dubbed me the official Viking.
No.
not
Didn't
American.
eat puffin. Didn't eat shark.
Didn't dive.
You weren't
drink the
there.
Black
You
Death.
weren't there.
Didn't
I
do
was.
Shit.
I was representing. Okay.
You played with a horse.
Traitor.
Horse. Yeah, by the way, they eat horse over there too. Did you know that?
God.
Yes.
I didn't. Yeah, I
I
don't
didn't
know what
go
to
to
think
any
of that.
place that served horse, but actually
Yeah.
I was looking forward to that.
Okay.
That probably tastes better than a damn shark.
Horse d'oeuvres.
Yeah, I don't know if they serve it rotten like they do their fermented shark. But
Tartar.
yeah, and I did come back with a little bug, by the way. And,
you're not supposed to bring those back. You're supposed
Yeah.
to leave those there.
True.
Well-
But, it's the thing. It's funny how, you travel now and we're kind of back to normal. I mean, people were hacking and coughing and, it's like the old days. Like you go out on a trip and you hang out with people, you get sick and that's the end of it. Now it's like, or for a while it was like, oh my God, you're going to die. Oh, you picked up a cold while you're traveling. So what?
Well, I'm getting
You
over
move on.
pneumonia.
You are? Jared the
Yes.
diver guy had pneumonia?
Yes.
Well, why did you get that? What'd you do?
Heck if I know.
Well,
Finally had to go to the doctor and get antibiotics and stuff for
Yeah,
it. So.
he said you had pneumonia, and if you wouldn't have seen him, you wouldn't be with us today.
Nope. Might be a tumor.
Yeah.
Nope.
What did he prescribe? Moonshine?
Steroids and some kind of powerful antibiotic.
Okay. You have no
He
idea where
probably
you...
said no drinking.
Yeah. You didn't even do any traveling. You were just there at home and picked up some kind of funk, huh?
Well, I went to Wisconsin, so
you went to where?
There for a week.
Where?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Wisconsin? Are you on a cheese run?
I had to go for work.
You had to go to Wisconsin for work.
Yeah.
For the dive shop? What is in Wisconsin?
Not
cheese.
For the dive shop.
Yeah.
Cheese curds.
Curds.
Moo.
And dang good curds.
They do have good cheese curds in Wisconsin.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. And they squish when you chew them.
We have them here too. It's called cottage cheese.
No, it's totally different.
It's
No, that's a
fermented
curd.
cheese.
No, there's no fermenting of the curds.
God, it sounds like something they should serve in Iceland.
Like blue cheese?
I'll tell you what, they did have KFC and McDonald's.
God,
Seriously.
of course you would
Yeah.
find that, Greg.
Wait,
Well,
wait.
you
Did
can't
you go
avoid
inside
it.
to see
King
what
of
it
the
looked?
crap
Is it the
eating.
same?
It is similar. KFC, I mean, we've talked about this before. You go travel around the world, and for Americans, it's very interesting to see. You get off the plane, hop in a cab, go to your hotel, and you look out the window like, KFC? I mean, KFC is like the most popular fast food place around the world. It's ridiculous. And it's not that popular here in America anymore.
Because it sucks.
Well, people like fried chicken around the world. I mean, I've seen it. They have them, right by the pyramids. They got it.
Are you sure it's
in Iceland. Yeah, it is chicken. They do chicken. I asked the Iceland Viking guy. I said, "What's the deal with KFC?" "Oh, we like our chicken." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, chicken's good."
That's what they call seagulls in Iceland. Yeah.
No, I don't think they're seagulls.
Bet they are.
But I
Chicken of the
didn't
sea?
order them. But I do remember, like in Fiji, going into the McDonald's and seeing.
What?
I went to McDonald's in Fiji and they had
Oh,
chicken.
please.
They had chicken at the McDonald's. They had fried chicken in the
I
McDonald's.
don't remember that.
You weren't on that trip. I didn't abuse you that bad on that
Oh,
one.
not this last time?
No,
2 years ago?
we were in a jam. We didn't have any time, and we needed to grab something before we hopped on a plane. And there was a McDonald's across the street. All right, let's go in there. And like, fried chicken? What the hell is fried chicken on the menu in McDonald's?
Does it taste
They're
the
chicken
same
nuggets.
as anything you could get here?
No.
No?
Actually,
you
even the burgers, and actually they told me, and I don't know if this is true or not. This is probably rumor and innuendo because I took a bite of a cheeseburger at McDonald's in Fiji, and I said, it's not bad, but it tastes a little different. He goes, oh, it's
Rat.
probably lamb. I mean,
Lamb is good.
yeah, but that's
You're lucky if you're getting lamb.
Well,
But
maybe
not when you're
I don't know.
expecting beef.
Correct.
Mhm.
That's how I would put it. So, it wasn't bad, but it was definitely, not what I was expecting. But, go figure. KFC, more than any other restaurant I've seen on all my travels. They had them in Iceland, had them in Norway. I think, did I see it? I don't know if I think I saw it in Amsterdam too. I don't remember a lot of Amsterdam after the brownie. But,
Lightweight.
yeah, but,
One brownie took them out.
nah, it didn't take me out. It just kind of made things all soft and fuzzy.
Good thing you didn't get to the Girl Scouts.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
I don't know.
Pass.
Buddy. Yeah, let's just move on.
Move on.
It's a brownie joke, Greg.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's hilarious.
You'd only understand if you were a Boy Scout.
I was. Anyway,
Of course you were.
it was a great traveling adventure that I know you guys are super jealous over, even though I didn't do the snorkel.
So far, all we got that you did was eat a brownie.
That was in Amsterdam.
That and come out of the
okay.
closet.
I'll tell you, there was some really cool waterways, though, in Iceland in particular, and in Norway for that matter. And I just didn't see any of the dive operators. We didn't walk by any dive shops that were, visible in the travels that I did. I'm sure they exist. They have to, because I know they dive there. but I think they're just a little bit more off the beaten path or the tourist row that we found our traveling party on. So, it is what it is. But, I came back with this bug and it is fine.
The souvenir.
Right. That and the 5 pounds of crap that around my stomach from the cruise ship. But, I was expecting that. I wasn't expecting the bug. But my point of bringing that up is at least we're getting back to normal. Before, 2-3 years ago, I was like, oh my God, so-and-so's coughing and they're not wearing a mask. Oh my God, well, we're all going to die. It was like, we're kind of back to normal. Like, if someone's coughing.
No, we got hosed.
Yeah. And, so what? You pick up a bug and you get over it and deal with it like we did back in the day. So I share that experience from the standpoint that I think it's a move in the right direction. Does that make sense? Are you following me? I mean, I know you guys are happy. You're like, hey, he went to Iceland and got sick. Yeah, screw you. But still, I get to be the one to say, suck it, losers. I saw all this stuff like volcanoes and I got in the water of the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. I think
you're thinking we care a little bit more than we do.
Oh, you care.
We don't wish you to be sick. We just don't care.
No, you care. You care. Don't let this
don't want you to be
facade
sick.
Of ambivalence come through in your voice. I can hear it. I can hear that.
It's okay.
In your
it's
emotional
okay, Greg. If something happens to you, we'll get Barry to give you mouth to mouth.
No, we won't.
Yeah, he's saving that mouth for you, Jerry.
Are you?
There you go. All right. We got another hour of Scuba Radio on deck, despite that disturbing image. So stick around. More coming up.
They all love Scuba Radio. On the boat and down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. All right, so nobody in the studio with me today, but we got the crew connected via the web. Scuba Radio Scuba Squad made up of Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Cock Jones and CJ. Bubble Boy's in there somewhere, but I haven't seen him the whole show. So I don't know.
He fell into the surf. You notice the water in the back. It's getting pretty rough out there.
He doesn't want to talk to us, but he wants to show us where he is or where he is mentally. Because, it's like a peaceful, breezy beach somewhere deep in the Caribbean.
Yeah, he ran off into the water and disappeared.
Okay. Well, hey, I can think of worse things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, have you ever wondered, Barry, I'll just go to you on this because I know you, of all members of the Scuba Radio Scuba
I hate
Squad,
pop quizzes.
are going to be able to expand on this appropriately. Have you ever wanted to be a dolphin, or have you ever identified as a dolphin?
No.
Well, would you, if you had your choice, would you want to be a dolphin? Do you think they're kind of close to us, as swimming mammals, as far as scuba divers and stuff like that?
I think they're pretty cool critters. I saw one when I was out on the boat last week, and but would I want to be one?
Well, okay. I mean, you can relate to it.
About it.
You can relate to being a dolphin, though.
Well, as far as being a scuba diver, yeah.
Well,
I mean, look at
compared to everything else in the sea, we're probably closest, they say, to dolphins. Right? Like they got the most intellect of animals in the water, like the orcas and that kind of thing. So there's a study from Australia that came out evidently last week that said they've observed dolphins, male dolphins. And if the juveniles were socially active when they were young, they became more effective at their reproduction techniques later in life. Like they would spawn more offspring. So when you were younger, like decades ago, were you a social animal?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I had my clique, my core group, which I think everyone has a core group of a few people that are their closest friends.
Yeah.
But as far as one of those people that, like nowadays, they're social media mavens that are on every gram out there, Instagram, social graham crackers. I don't do any of that.
Okay. All right. So you don't think you were very socially active when you were a juvenile?
No.
We'll put you in that category.
All right.
Well, Jerry, what do you think? Were you?
I was always socially active.
All right. So why are you like dormant when it comes to your sexual activity today?
How do you know about that, Greg? Seems to have the inside scoop.
Hey!
Jerry leaves his webcam on all the time.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Greg's watching it. Greg, what are you doing? We're waiting for you. We want to start the movie. I'm working. I'll be in a minute. He's spying on Jerry.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
looking at it right now. Look at it.
Quiet.
Look at it.
The study provides compelling support for the idea that these animals, these dolphins, in their early days, would have wild play together and practice behaviors that would be important for them as adults, and that if they practiced enough, they would be more successful as adults.
Well, that has to do with because socially, they're always fighting for the most amount of females.
Okay.
Well, I never did.
So what they're saying is that if you were more
active, more
active
like
when you were
socially,
young, then you would, catch more of the female dolphins, and you could fight off the male dolphins for your harem.
And if not, you would have to just resort on bonding exercises with people you meet, like Jerry, right, Barry? Or
no, he would have to hang out more with Jack Handy.
Who?
Jack Handy.
I missed
Okay.
that.
All right. Well, so much for this idea. I thought maybe we could expound on this research and
Come on, you
should
connect
really
it. Go south.
You're supposed to read your homework before class.
Well, no, I mean, I thought
Not
maybe you
during.
guys would be a minor, a little
Well, ask
microcosm.
CJ and ask James, what they were like when they were kids.
Well, both of them were socially active animals back in
How
their
do you know
juvenile
that?
years, weren't
Too
they?
much.
Too much so.
I used to get in trouble for talking too much.
That would explain
I was
it.
constantly in trouble.
Yeah, but that would explain what you do now.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, he was there. Most of the time, I'd be talking to him.
Oh, okay. So
I'd be like, say this.
So the juvenile activities of CJ and Bubba Boy really haven't evolved over time.
No, not at all. They've only gotten worse.
Exactly. It's a de-evolution of what the
More of a
research
straight line.
that these folks in Australia have come up with. All right. Well, I don't know what it means.
So we would be good dolphins, I guess.
I guess it would have to do with how many children did you father?
2 that I know of.
Yeah, there you go.
Me is 2. So
right.
I got 2, but God only knows if there are any more out there.
Oh, God only knows.
Yo, Jared, spreading the seed, like Johnny Appleseed.
Oh, no. Jerry
Appleseed.
Jerry.
Oh, God help us.
What's going on?
Okay. Yeah. Well,
and Greggy, you had 2 kids, right?
Yeah. So I guess we're even in that regard. You know, just proves that it works. Moving on. Okay.
Yeah, we need to move on after that.
But no, I think being a dolphin would be awesome.
I do too. But
you'd be able to swim a hell of a lot faster.
But I don't know if you learn anything from that. Like if you're in your younger years, you got to be socially active if you want to get your freak on later in life. I think that's the moral of that story. If you think you can identify as a dolphin.
As a dolphin.
Or, a dolphin. Yeah.
You just got to be like Barry and go, hey, baby, what's going down?
What's
what?
Read that line again.
What do you mean? Oh, really?
Like Barry.
He holds his hand up or puts his hand down.
Well, you want to?
How many? We know what's going down.
Hey, baby, what's going? Wait, what's that say?
Yeah, he can't remember. No. Wait. Do you need motivation, Barry?
No.
Yeah.
Later, nerd.
I guess
Thank
not.
you.
All right. Well,
shut up, Barry.
Yeah, he does it himself.
It's easier that way.
Yeah. Actually, where did Casey go? Where?
Casey, I don't know. He keeps kind of flipping in and out. I think
it's my turn to watch him.
Shut up, Barry.
Oh, that was Jerry. I'm sorry.
That was Jerry.
Shut up,
I
Barry.
saw a silver
there he is.
alert on the interstate. I think that was for Casey.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, I want to talk about some other dive gear related stuff. I got some more next gear coming to the offices here that we're going to get in the water here in the next few weeks. But a story came out about scuba diving gear maintenance. And, I talked about this a few weeks ago before, as we packed up for the Galapagos trip. And I told you I had a couple gear malfunctions with some gear that I just tried to put together for the first time. But I also had some older gear that did not perform to the level I was expecting it to, because did I do something wrong on the storage? We're going to talk about that next. Might pick up a tip or two. That's coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Nex regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready to make your next dive your best dive? Then go to nextdive.com. That's NEXDive.com. Next Underwater Products. NextDive.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
ScubaRadio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
What you doing in my waters?
The show is a disaster.
I got something to show you.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am indeed Greg the Dive Master, a.k.a. the Viking, as those folks who know me in Iceland. And I guess that applies to Norway, too. It actually, I was dubbed the Viking of the USA underwater world by a guy named Iggy in Iceland. But once again, Norway, I think they got Vikings and stuff there, too, don't they? So I think, it could be a troll. I don't know. I might be the troll of the underwater world. Or that's Iceland. I might have them mixed up. I don't know.
What's your Viking name, Greg?
Greg.
Oh, I heard it was Najoral.
Incorrect. No. And it's not Grog.
Jans de Stangelin?
That's a ancient...
Grogan?
Gregory.
On shipwrecks from back in the day. All right, Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad with me virtually. Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Bubble Boy, and CJ, a.k.a. Cock Johnson.
Cock Johnson has a question.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Well, don't raise that, but go ahead.
I am raising my hand.
Oh, okay.
His mind was in the gutter again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Greg, come on. Clean it up.
Okay.
Tighten it up.
All right, we'll fix this in post.
I want to know, since you've been bragging about it the whole show, what you did to earn the nickname Viking. Surely they don't just hand that out to everybody.
No.
So what did you do to earn that? Did you have to blow some sort of horn?
There was no horn blowing. It was just a simple request
on the Rainbow Road
from a tourist of Iceland.
Present company excluded. Bubble Boy.
Mm-hmm. So there was no horns to blow. It was just a simple request.
You didn't be like Ricola.
No, I mean I did that, of course. Duh. You're in a fjord, for
like
Christ's sake.
Like a ram's horn or a sheep's bladder. Or...
If you didn't wear a hat with horns on it, how can you be a Viking?
Yeah, we need proof. We need photographic proof.
You drink like a Viking.
But what did you drink? Like
they got tons of beer there.
Doesn't count.
Wait.
They like their beer in Iceland. I will say that. They
not
do.
Those
skinny vanilla latte vente doesn't count.
Yeah, it's none of those fruity drinks you got down in the Keys, was it?
Fruity drinks. What
the little colorful ones with the little
like a Mai Tai or something. No, I didn't get any of those. I don't drink that. That was your
don't drink on top. You're not a Viking.
All right, I'm a Viking. I don't care what you say. And I had the audio proof from Iggy earlier in the show.
Yeah, that
so if you need to go back and listen to it, you can.
I know how this works. I've been in this game.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all of us have a lot of dive gear, right? So, I had this situation in the Galapagos with, I had practically all new gear. And I had some problems with the way I assembled my BC, and that didn't hold up very well. But I also had a very simple problem, and it involved a fin strap. And, in a Save a Dive kit, your Save a Dive kit, don't interrupt me while I'm trying to talk. How dare you?
Viking. Go ahead, Viking.
So
Viking 1 over. Viking 1 to Viking 2. Go ahead.
A basic item in a Save a Dive kit is a fin strap, an extra fin strap or two. And, the reason is because these things break. And then if you break, you're screwed, right? You're out on a trip. And
well, I use full foot one, so.
Well, okay. Well, then, and actually I do a lot of times too. But in this case, I couldn't because I was using booties. I couldn't take my full foot fins on that particular trip. And sure enough, I hadn't dove with them in years, and the fin strap broke. Now we found another one. It's not a problem. But I was thinking, what makes these things, break so easily? Or it's I've never had a problem with this kind of stuff in the past, unless it has sat around for a while. And I keep stuff in air-conditioned containers, and I don't leave it out in the garage in the heat. In Florida where we are, humidity's insane. If you leave your gear, especially the rubber stuff, out in the garage, even if it's not in the sun, which God forbid you never leave it in the sun, but just the humidity of the outdoor environment can really work its magic on rubber and stuff after a few months. Are you with me on this, Barry? What do you think?
Absolutely. Anything that I leave in the garage starts to rot after a while. The humidity's too high. However, you say you put some of your gear in closed plastic containers.
Generally.
That's not good either because the chemicals outgas. One affects the other. So it can cause rubber parts to disintegrate or start to rot.
So what would your suggestion
leave
be?
Them
Leave
in
it open? But in a climate-controlled environment.
Yeah. So my dive gear is in the closet right next to me here.
Yeah.
But it's not wrapped up in any kind of plastic. It's
right.
not. That's right. It's all hanging up, and so far it's worked out well there.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I guess you're right about the. Well, I mean, your mask. You leave your mask in the plastic container, don't you?
I leave it in a container, but I leave the top off so it can breathe.
Really.
And honestly, the mask is silicone. I've never seen silicone go bad, other than if you're talking about silicone straps for your fins.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, they just stretch and they break.
Yeah, they get dry and brittle and crack.
But neoprene, any kind of rubber parts like that will eventually go bad, and you shouldn't leave them in enclosed containers.
The main thing you need to remember with all your gear is that after you dive, you wash it thoroughly.
Wash it off. Absolutely.
Rinse it with fresh water, and make sure you don't leave any salt water deposits on there that'll crystallize and create all kinds of funk and problems for your regulator or those internal moving parts, and like an inflator hose and things like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly. What do you think, Jerry, the diver guy who's also a dive instructor?
100%.
Yeah. Do you have any
100%.
other tips on how you maintain your gear like that? Or
I never store anything in any closed stuff. So, but in time, if you do have older gear, it is going to dry rot. Whether you store it,
your gear smells?
No, I have no gear that smells.
You just said you have older gear.
No, it's your the problem is
older.
Like
he said,
Greg, old.
You're still
catching up.
You're 2 weeks behind.
Yeah, I guess. I the older gear. I mean, his smells kind of funky. He didn't rinse it off very good. That's older gear right there. All right, we're coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
So I'm going to eliminate Scuba Diver. When I was watching her there on the Secret Studio, her mouth expressions didn't say singer to me. I think Scuba Diver is a bad singer.
So Scuba Diver, let's see your
I need a hero! I'm looking for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be fresh from the flight. I need a hero!
You were wonderful.
You were wonderful because you were awful. Scuba Diver, you just won Loretta $10,000. Please give it up for the Scuba Diver.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Okay, so coming up, is it tomorrow that Shark Week kicks off, guys?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? So are any of you interested at all in it, or could you give a rat's ass?
I always check it out.
Do you? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
'Cause I like sharks.
Okay. What about you, Jerry?
Yeah, I'll watch it unless it's all freaking great white stuff again.
Well, have you seen any trailers or what they're doing this year? I haven't really seen much about it.
Not
from
really.
Discovery this year.
I really haven't even looked at it. Let's see what they've got this year.
You're gonna look it up right
If it's
now.
all
John
like,
Cena.
CGI crap and,
Yeah.
then I won't watch it.
Why is that? You have a problem with
'Cause
technology?
it's BS. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a Meg down there somewhere. It's
Right.
prehistoric animal. I'm like, all right, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
Right. What about you, Barry? You watch that stuff? Or are you too good for that?
I just been watching the news.
Well, with all the shark attacks and stuff.
Yeah. And it looks like they're all bull sharks, the ones that hit.
No, bull
over
shark.
Now, in Texas, do they have them? Because they had a few right off the water there.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. Isn't their nose more rounded?
On a bull shark?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It was hard to tell what it was,
Well, yeah, I mean, I saw the report. It said something about, the bull shark that took off the guy's arm or something. Is that the one you're talking about? The incident?
No, there was a few. There was four people bit, and they once in a while they had the right person on there, and they say, look, the shark is out there feeding. It took a bite of something. It spit it out because it wasn't what it was looking for.
Yeah,
it's not out to actually eat people. It bites you because it mistakes you for food, and it says, "Ooh, human, tastes terrible. Spit it out."
Okay.
So I mean, it's not that they're not bad creatures.
No, of course. I mean,
doing what they're supposed to do.
In Shark Week, they try to do the educational thing sometimes too, but they have a tendency to go the other way.
Yeah.
Too much with the monster movies or Jaws kind of approach, and we did float this idea to them last year about a different take on that whole thing. Remember this?
Hey guys, can you hear me down there?
What's that?
What, that? No, that's not a thermocline. Greg just peed in his wetsuit.
There's a monster outside.
It's not a monster. It's just Greg. Nothing to worry about. I mean...
A living fossil.
Come on, he's not that old.
Wrong.
No, you guys, it's just Greg the Dive Master. Sure, he looks kind of scary underwater, I guess, but he's just a diver. Can you guys even hear me down there?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what? You people are so dramatic. Jeez, lighten up.
He's kidding, right?
Are you all insane? There's nothing to be...
Yes, we are insane. What happened? What the hell happened? Something just totally... they said no. I guess that means it was a hard pass.
Yeah, I guess.
Damn it, right before the punchline.
There was a punchline?
God, the whole thing was a setup and then nothing.
Wow, that was weird. Okay, well, let me see. Maybe
Play it again. Reset.
Reset.
Wait, I want to see the...
Take two.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, well, okay. Let's just pick it back up here. Let's see.
Are you having studio issues?
Yeah, I guess. There it is. Okay. All right.
It's not a monster. It's just Greg.
Oh yeah. Okay. I remember that part.
Nothing to
Yeah.
worry about.
Yeah. Right.
A living fossil.
That I didn't like that part.
You could repeat that over and over again.
No.
No, you guys, it's just Greg the Dive Master.
Okay.
Sure, he looks kind of scary underwater, I guess, but he's just a diver. Can you guys even hear me down there?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what? You people are so dramatic. Jeez, lighten up.
He's kidding, right?
Are you all insane?
Yes.
There's nothing to be afraid of. Sharks are your friends, you idiots.
Did you guys ever watch Shark Week?
No, Greg was in Sharknado 3, not Shark Week. Seriously, who does your research?
He looks heroic, but he's kind of got a negative attitude.
Well, he's in decent shape for his age, I guess. I mean, he does his steps.
Chew on this, you ugly...
From the viewers of Sharknado comes the underwater thriller that will leave you on the edge of your seat. The Greg, now playing on ScubaRadio.
Okay. I guess it was worth playing it the second time.
The Greg.
The Greg.
Yeah. Sent that to Discovery. I think it was last year, right? And they took a hard pass, is what the return comment was.
They did a Meg 2.
Yeah, go figure. And where is that today?
In the vault.
I think Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, so it did pretty well.
I was really bored a couple of weeks ago, and I watched one of those sequels. I don't know if it was 2 or 3. And man, it was so ridiculous. Jason Statham's.
Who's a diver? Yeah.
He's on a jet ski with like like harpoons with exploding tips.
Right.
And he's chucking them at sharks and actually sometimes hitting them.
Sometimes.
Well, wait a minute. They did have
so
bank.
funny.
They had bank sticks, but those were outlawed, weren't they?
In the movies?
No, for real. They called them bank sticks.
Yeah,
You had
they're
a
still
shotgun.
legal.
They're still legal.
Yeah, they still have them. There's the
Yeah.
bang sticks are still there. I need to use one on this
Mostly
group.
like in Key West, I think, but could be wrong.
Although, Greg, I did see an interesting video the other day. One of the fishing charters actually recorded a massive not great white, but a massive hammerhead.
Yeah. Where?
It was down in the Keys or somewhere down that way, but it was massive.
Like massive.
Biggest hammerhead I ever seen in my life.
Like old Hitler? From back in the day?
To my mind, old Hitler.
Old Hitler.
Like 100 feet long.
This thing was big.
Well, the legend of old Hitler in Bimini was like a 20 something
massive hammerhead down there.
A 20-foot hammerhead. I mean, I've seen like the 15-footers, 16-footers, but can you imagine a 20, 25-foot great hammerhead shark? That's
Bigger
what
than my boat? No.
They say the fishermen called him Old Hitler.
I wouldn't want to be a stingray.
Nope. They eat the stingray. I wouldn't want to be probably near old Hitler, to be honest, because something that big, it may be hard not to look like a stingray when they're that
I
big.
wonder if, because their eyes are so far out, I wonder if they can see in the middle, or you could hide right there.
I say you try. That would be a great experiment that we could do on our next.
They'd pick up your electromagnetic. They'd pick up your little pounding heart going.
My heart would have been going. Yeah.
You'll be fine. Just keep that 3-foot piece of PVC pipe, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, but I mean, because their eyes go out that way, they must have a blind spot in the middle.
Yeah, it's kind of like Barry.
I don't think so.
Barry wears glasses, and you could kind of do a little mini experiment by just standing in front of him
and see if I notice you.
Yeah, probably not, right? Yeah, if
Probably
you took your
not.
glasses off.
Yeah, I can still see without my glasses.
Oh, you can. Oh, jeez. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I would like to extend to you an invitation to the party.
We're gonna have some fun without a dive. Scuba party. Now don't stay behind. Don't get left out. At the party. Scuba party. Now the scuba party is here and it's here to stay. At the party. Scuba party. If you want some fun, that's the only way. At the party. Scuba party. We're gonna dive in and swim all about, move around just like the truck. Now at the party, a big party.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and party it has been. Not really, but kind of. I mean, I'm a little jet lagged after, traveling for 2 weeks straight. And,
No more than normal.
What do you mean?
I mean, you seem kind of normal to us, or at least me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seem like a rock.
Just about 20% off.
20%.
That's normal.
Hey, you know what? That's what you get, whether you like it or not.
Well, no,
I got faith in you, Greg.
Okay. All right.
I don't.
You don't have any faith whatsoever.
No, I mean, I know what to expect.
Okay.
I'm never disappointed.
All right. Well, yeah, but we were talking about Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, and
Oh, right, sharks.
yes. But I haven't seen any kind of big rollout from Discovery. Like, usually they have a big celebrity and all this. You guys, none of you
John
guys.
Cena.
Who?
John Cena.
Oh, geez, that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he's nice enough.
There is a couple that I think is going to be interesting, which, of course, Josh Gates. I mean, he's got his.
He's doing another thing.
Yeah. He's actually looking for, I think, a submarine in Florida, a Nazi submarine.
Mm-hmm.
And they're tying it in with the sharks. So.
Well, like I said, I've been
a Russian submarine.
I've been out of the country, so I haven't seen all the PR stuff for it. But you just looked it up, Jerry. That's what you saw.
Well, what little bit I've seen, it has been on TV, but I looked it up, and of course, there's not much there, of course, but still.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe by this time next week we'll have a review.
Okay.
See if
here we go.
What?
The 36th
Discovery
annual
Channel
Shark Week.
Week schedule.
July 7th.
Cock Johnson is
Saturday,
doing
July 13th.
research as we are live on the air. Okay.
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay.
8 p.m. Belly of the Beast, Bigger and Bloodier.
Sounds
9
great.
p.m. Jaws versus Leviathan. That sounds stupid.
Okay.
10 p.m. Makozilla. 11 p.m. Sydney Harbor Shark Invasion. That's all tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, usually, the first day is when they blow out the big guns.
And then it's all week 8, 9, and 10. They don't have anything at 11 o'clock.
But it doesn't say nothing about John Cena doing something special or anything like that. I mean, those are usually little cut-ins before they do the show.
July 11th,
it's hosted
Greg.
by him, so he'll be doing it all.
Yeah. What,
July
Jerry?
11th, they have one, Monsters of Oz.
Monsters of Oz. Okay. And why did that catch your eye?
Because you was at the Rainbow Bridge the other day.
Huh?
Or the Rainbow Parade or whatever it was.
Monsters of Oz would be Australia.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And here's
don't see
one of
the
You
the
said
connection.
you were on the Yellow
Sharknadoes.
Brick Road, is what he's
I
making the connection there.
I wasn't on the Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah, you were early in the show when I
I don't recall this. I don't know what you're
I
talking about.
outed you for sending us your rainbow picture, and you said, "Oh, I was on the Yellow Brick Road."
Well,
I didn't say anything about a Yellow Brick Road.
yeah, of all the shows
you
that
guys
you would
are-
probably like, I think you'll like July 8th, the 9 p.m. show, Shark Frenzy, the mating games.
Ah.
You seem to be
Claspers.
mostly, most interested in that.
Claspers.
Are those your
Leave those-
claspers, or are you just happy to see me?
Hey now.
Okay.
Claspers. I like the claspers. I like claspers.
Okay. Do you now?
I like turtles.
I'm
All right.
interested in
Hey,
more
by-
information about claspers.
Before we wrap it up,
Yes.
I do want to ask:
Please.
did any of you guys do any diving on the 4th of July? Do any fireworks stuff or what? Jerry?
No, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. Care to explain?
I went and watched 49 Winchester.
Okay, and that means what?
Got a gun?
They done a hell of a show. It's a local band that's made it big.
Okay, well, thanks for telling us.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
You're welcome.
Should have started with that.
Oh, is
but
that the video you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
Rockabilly.
that
Yeah.
explains it.
all right. So,
They
all
done
right. So you saw
damn good.
you saw a band. You didn't dive though.
No.
Were you tempted to? You know
I
anybody?
would have loved to, but
Yeah. And was anybody
unfortunately-
doing anything while I was out of the country and for the 4th of July? Diving wise, I figured maybe you go
Too
out.
much traffic. I wouldn't want to go out on the
No, you don't
There's
want
no
to be
traffic
out on the
underwater.
water. You don't want to be on the water in July
No, getting
4th.
to the dive sites would be a
Yeah.
nightmare.
Too many
I-
boats, too many crazies out there.
Well, you couldn't have went to the
excuses.
springs.
Excuse. What do you mean?
Oh,
No.
your excuse is what? I'm
I was
over
out of
in
the
Norway
country.
eating a dead fish.
Well, now, wait.
Usually I eat them when they're dead.
Octopus.
Yeah.
I'm eating claspers.
Gross.
I got a big bowl of claspers. Mmm.
They've
Can
been
I please have some
fermented.
more delicious claspers?
Are they
they
fermented claspers?
They are fermented.
He's
They stay crunchy in milk.
claspers and Thousand Island dressing.
It tastes like Captain Crunch.
Casper salad.
Oh, okay. I don't know why they make you talk like that, but that's a little strange.
Well, you
it
get
might be a
yourself a
byproduct.
belly full of claspers and let's see how you.
Yeah. You get a big old gut full of claspers.
Okay.
Roll off the couch. Oh, baby.
So
I'm
remember,
so tired.
Monday
I can't
at 9
make
o'clock.
love to you tonight because I got a belly full of claspers.
So, Greg, Monday at 9 o'clock is going to be the
Just
show
start
for you.
without me. I got a belly full of claspers.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. I don't know what's going on.
Chock full of claspers.
Fermented claspers.
Did you guys find a source of, weed
Entertainment?
infused brownies stateside that I'm not aware of?
They're suffering from nitrogen narcosis, Greg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe that's it.
None
But
of this is real. This, Greg, you're hallucinating all of this.
I am.
Yep, we're not really here at all. You're just
I knew
sitting and
that. I knew this.
You're
jet
staring at a blank computer.
You're still
talking
on
to
This
your
jet
yourself.
flight
black-
heading home.
You shouldn't have licked the stamp.
It's jet lag. I tell you. It plays.
You've never
mind
left
games with
Amsterdam,
you.
Greg. You're in the red light district and you passed out. It's all a dream.
He's at the hookah lounge. He had a hookah.
Bubble boy, get me out of
He's
here.
dreaming. He's dreaming. He's doing
Oh.
the
Just click
show.
your heels 3 times.
Okay.
Have
There's
some more
no place like
fermented
Nome.
shark.
Yeah.
One up in
There's no
Alaska.
place like Nome.
All right. Well, by the way, we didn't really talk about this. We're going to hit it next week. But we got
What?
an extra day of lobster mini season
Yes.
Oh.
here in Florida. While I was away, you guys saw the big announcement.
Yeah.
What is it? A week from
July
tomorrow?
14th.
It's the
Or
14th,
2 weeks
I
from
think.
tomorrow.
It's
No,
a
no.
Sunday.
Yeah, it's
July 14th.
right, which is a
14th,
week
yes.
from tomorrow.
Yes.
So they're opening up an extra day at Florida Lobster Mini Season just for Florida residents. So Jerry the Diver Guy can suck it because he is not a Florida resident.
So you'll just see a lot more shorts on the 14th because
No, we won't.
Fragos.
Why do you say that?
will. Because it's early in the
looking
season.
at shorts.
Oh, there'll be lobster. We'll have another week before everybody has a shot to get at them, Barry.
When
There'll
we
be
get out
some.
of mini season,
Yeah, you
there's
only
a
got
lot of them that
24
are
hours,
still
though, Greg.
pregnant, and then there are a lot of shorts.
What do you mean you only got 24 hours? That sounds like someone from out of town who can't do it, Jerry the Diver Guy. I know you're
true.
trying to resurrect your reputation, but there is no doing that on this show. You shall suck it. And we will leave it at that.
I think I beat you last time, though.
In your dreams,
All right.
baby. In your dreams. All right. Anyway, we're done. This jet lag is just too much. Till next time, remember, it's always better. Where, gang? Come on.
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
Below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, so what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.